Hey everyone, my name's James and welcome to my YouTube channel. In last week's video we looked at fashion trends that were worth following this summer. In today's video we're going in the opposite direction and looking at the trends that are worth avoiding. So I'm going to talk about why these trends are worth avoiding, but I'm also going to provide you with some suitable alternatives. So let's get straight into it. So the first trend I reckon you need to avoid are bucket hats. Now I understand it's summer, it's festival season, everyone wants to look a little bit wacky. And by the way, there are some people that can definitely pull off a bucket hat. I think about 1% of people I've seen with bucket hats on actually pull off the look. The majority of us look like little toddlers down the beach with our parents. I can't quite put my finger on why I dislike bucket hats so much. It might be because they're just so unstructured and they just sort of flop over your head. They're just a really unshapely, unflattering accessory, and I think you can do a lot better. I think this summer you should just stick to the basics and get your regular baseball cap. It's an accessory that will just always look good. If you need help picking out the right cap for you, Harry did a really good video on it. I'll link it in the description. Okay, next up, and one of my biggest hates during summer, which I can't believe I still see, and it's people wearing grey t-shirts. Unless you're in a country like Australia where it actually gets colder from May to August, then you need to be avoiding grey t-shirts. Grey and hot weather just don't match, and that's because of the dreaded sweat patch. There's no hiding it, we all get them, and grey just accentuates them so much. And unbelievably, I even see people wearing tight grey t-shirts, so it's like a sweat sandwich. There are not many things worse in fashion than noticing you have a big sweat patch and having to deal with it all day. So for sure, just avoid grey coloured t-shirts during the summer months. The easiest alternative to this is to wear a dark t-shirt like a black. This will completely hide any sweat patches. It's a little bit counterintuitive because obviously black will absorb more heat. If it's far too hot, then you can't go wrong just wearing a white t-shirt. It might still show sweat patches a bit, but it's not going to be anywhere near as much as your grey t-shirts. So just don't do it. Avoid grey this summer. Okay, sticking on the topic of colours, and I think the next trend to avoid this summer is to get too matchy with your shoes and other accessories. Just like the bucket hat, I can understand that people want to get a bit wacky in summer and get all their colourful clothes out, but I think it isn't a very good look when you're trying to match your shoes with your cap and your t-shirt. Sort of gives off the impression that you're trying a little bit too hard, I think. Maybe people feel like they need to do it because it's summer and they can't really layer up, so they want to create a little bit of cohesiveness in their outfits and start to match all their accessories. I reckon you should just avoid that this summer completely. You should definitely get a pop of colour in your outfit, but I reckon you should start to base it around more neutral colours. For instance, a nice white pair of sneakers with some plain black trousers, but then a pop of colour with your t-shirt. I think that would look a lot more classy and refined, whereby if you're looking to match everything, it starts to look a little bit like a costume. Another thing which people understandably want to do is get their colourful shoes out. It's not my style, but I can definitely see why some people would want to do that. The way I'd approach it though is to have those colourful shoes as the main standout piece and then go a little bit more low key with the rest of the pieces you're wearing. If you've got like a crazy coloured patterned shoe, definitely don't try and match that colour or pattern with your t-shirt. Next up, straight up, just avoid those crossbody bags. They've become more and more popular over the last few years, and I don't really understand why. Now, it might be different in other countries, but in the UK, what a crossbody bag says to me is chav. But I just really don't like the way they look, especially the way they've been worn in recent trends. People tend to wear them very tight and close to their body, which really disrupts an outfit, I think. Especially when it's going across the body, I think it creates a really weird look. And I also don't think they're all that functional. They tend to be really tiny, so you can maybe fit a phone in there. Okay, maybe it's good if you've got no pockets because you're wearing shorts in the hotter weather, but I think a much better looking and more functional alternative is going to be a tote bag. This is just going to sit on your shoulder, so it's not going to be tied to your body and disrupt your outfit. Plus they tend to be a lot bigger than crossbody bags, so they can actually fit useful things in them, like a sweatshirt if it gets a little bit colder. So yeah, crossbody bags are one to avoid. The last trend is definitely a little bit nitpicky, but it's going to be dark socks. I think dark socks rarely look good with shorts, which you're likely going to be wearing in the hotter weather. And especially if you're going to be wearing white sneakers, which is a staple in summer. A white sneaker and dark sock combo just doesn't look very good. I definitely save my darker socks for the other seasons They look really good poking out of like some cropped trousers, but paired with shorts, no matter whether the shorts are dark or light, I just don't think dark socks look very good in summer. So the easy alternative here is going to be to just go for some lighter coloured socks. I talked about socks in last week's video. Some of the ones I really like are the lighter beige socks from H&M and also these sport striped socks. They look great with a pair of shorts. And so those are 5 fashion trends I think you should avoid this summer. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.